Will my club sign someone this January? Will my dream signing finally happen? And who is going to leave my club this month? These are all questions that us as football fans, football lovers, always ask ourselves about our different clubs. So I thought, why not today get thoughts of Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans. I've got so many different content creators to participate in this video where we are going to talk about their 3 transfer takes. Number 1, their dream signing. Number 2, a realistic signing. And 3, someone who definitely needs to leave our club. But before we get stuck into that, make sure you guys click the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join MB United. And leave your comments down below as I go through the clubs. Are these content creators your favorite content creators? Are they correct? Or have they got it completely wrong? So without further ado, let's start with league leaders, Liverpool.
Who does Liverpool need to buy this January? Currently, the question in all of Liverpool fans' minds is, will Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk renew their contract? So that's the main thing that Liverpool fans want sealed and done at the end of the January transfer window. But in terms of new additions to the squad, if we have to pick maybe a fullback, I know there was a few rumours about Anthony Robertson, good player. Possibly a CDM to bolster the options. Currently, Gravenberch is having a brilliant season. There's Endo as backup, but maybe like a Carlos Baliba. And if he wasn't currently injured, I would have also said a Ferdi Cardoso, because he's a player that can play left back, right back, and just adds to that versatile feel that the Liverpool squad usually likes to build on.
I mean, I think Cardioglu is a very good signing. In terms of offering versatility, you can cover on the right and on the left. Yeah, Robertson is getting on. I think, actually, to be fair, I really do like the shout of Anthony Robertson. He's a very good player, definitely improved over the last 2 years, and it makes a lot of sense. He's the perfect, I think, Robertson replacement because of the energy, the pace that he comes forward with. He's a good option. He's definitely a good option. Baliba, maybe a bit too early, but I don't know. Could be one that you probably want to get ahead of, but again, it could go either way for him next season, so we'll see. But now on to Liverpool's dream signing.
A dream signing for Liverpool. This is a tough one. But if you have to ask me, I'll probably say Arda Güler, Real Madrid star boy currently, and one of Turkey's top prospects. He's a player that can play as a 10, as an 8, as a right winger, and I feel like now that Liverpool are playing more of a 10 role under Arne Slot, as we've seen with Dominic Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, Arda Güler would fit the bill really nicely, and it'll be an interesting watch to see him play in the Premier League. But it's a dream signing, because when you sign for Real Madrid, it's very tough to leave. But if it was to happen, I feel that would raise a lot of eyebrows for Liverpool fans.
To be fair, Arda Güler would be absolutely amazing at Liverpool. I think they've already got someone in a similar, I don't want to say skill set, but the versatility of Harvey Elliott and the versatility of Arda Güler, it's quite similar. They can both play centre mid, off the right, and maybe even that number 10 or shadow striker. Güler is definitely a talent for the future. I don't know, you know, because they've got him, they've got Brahim Diaz that offer difference to, you know, the normal wingers that they have in terms of Rodrigo and of course Vinicius Junior. That would definitely be a tricky one to do, and I think that would only happen obviously in the summer after Salah's gone, but for a substantial fee, and Liverpool aren't really known to splash the cash like that. But who knows, we'll see. Now, Mert Ahmet has put together some great suggestions, I can't lie, for a realistic signing. Robinson, Baliba even, and a dream signing of Güler makes a lot of sense for Liverpool. But let's see who he's got in mind to leave Liverpool this month, if anyone.
Who needs to leave Liverpool this January? I don't think anyone, you know. Purely because Liverpool's a team that's going for every tournament that they're currently in. And as a team that's going for the title as well, you don't really want to weaken your squad, especially if Liverpool's not going to sign anyone. So if someone was to leave, I think it'll be in the summer rather than this January transfer window.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. Again, still competing on all fronts. They've got a Carabao semi-final that they need to win at Anfield. They're still in the FA Cup. They've topped the Champions League tables. Of course, they're through in that. And they're leading the league right now. So, yeah, I completely agree. But we haven't just got one Liverpool fan. We need to hear from KM from the Tapping Merchants. So, KM, please, who is your realistic signing for Liverpool this month?
KM from the Tapping Merchants. No, I'm in the gym. I need to get this video for mids, but
there's no way this guy's in the gym.
Basically, I'm going to give you the signings Liverpool need in January, who we need to phase out on a dream signing. First thing we need to address, left back. Kirkes from Bournemouth or Anthony Robinson from Fulham. Robbo is past his prime right now, and Tsimikas isn't good enough to be our number 1. We need a fullback. Ahmad just bagged Robertson's man. Who else? Fulham, Robertson's man. Flipping penalty against Madrid, penalty against Southampton that luckily didn't cause us. Robbo needs to go. No, scrap that. Robbo don't need to go because I think personally and kind of the leader in the dressing room, we need to keep him, but we definitely need a left back signing.
But he does make some good points. Kerkez has been great for Bournemouth this season. I think it'd be hard to take him from Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth will definitely ask for probably upwards of 50, 60 mil for him. But yeah, he's definitely a talent. I think a lot of the top clubs are definitely going to be looking at him in summer, especially Man United, since he's a boyhood Manchester United fan. So that might complicate things a bit for Liverpool, but it's a good point nonetheless. Let's see who KM has to say for Liverpool's dream signing.
But if I had to think, I think like a marquee midfielder, man. Like Thiago S, like what Thiago was, but if he could have just been fit. I like Frankie, but he doesn't really fit with the system. He does, but Gravenberch, Mac 10 works. Isak, I want Isak. I love Jota. But Isak, different level. Nunes, maybe I think I'm over him right now. But
wow, to be fair, I thought that him and Mert were both going to be in agreement that they do need a midfielder. I guess Believer would definitely be a statement of intent as well, looking towards the future. But Isak, again, like I said before, Liverpool are not a team to splash the cash, especially on big transfers. 150, that's what Newcastle have quoted a lot of teams. I don't know if Liverpool got it, but again, it's a dream. And who am I to kill a man's dreams? But anyways, let's see who KM says needs to leave Liverpool this month.
We've got a good squad. It's thin. It's thin. Our 6 forwards, I think, all can stay. I know there's a report about Chiesa, but I ain't seen enough of him. I'm willing to get him back up to fitness. Quansah, bro, we can't afford to lose anyone, bro. Konaté's injured. We've got Gomez, Quansah. We're light there. Trent injured, only Bradley there. Midfielders, I like Elliott, I like Jones, Sobo. Man, then we can't afford to lose anyone.
Well, I guess him and Mert are definitely in agreement on that point. They do not need to lose anyone this month. I think the only person I would have suggested was maybe Jarell Quansah going out on loan to maybe like a Southampton who could definitely do the defensive options. Maybe someone like Ipswich, someone around the bottom teams in the Premier League to get that Premier League experience, but also to get those minutes, because I feel like those clubs need it. But, well, thank you so much, KM and Mert Ahmed, for your thoughts on Liverpool. We are now going to turn our attentions to second place Arsenal, my club. Oh, what don't we need in January? But you're not going to hear from me. You're going to hear from Sakina Boateng. Sakina, please, this time, let's start. Who is your Arsenal's dream signing for this month?
For my dream signing, it'd have to be Alexander Isak, and I don't really think I need to explain myself. He is a top striker. We've been needing a quality striker for a while now. Someone who can finish those chances 90, maybe 100% of the times. And we saw how he performed in the Carabao Cup semi-final. And yes, he's just what we need. He's just that type of striker that we need.
I can't lie, Isak would be amazing at Arsenal. Like, I feel like I think he's an Arsenal type of player. The fact that he's not just a striker that can score, but his dribbling, he's so tidy on his feet. A lot of people have said he could be, Henry regen if he joins Arsenal and all that type of stuff. I'm not really one to hyperbolize players and, put this great sort of expectation on them, but they're not wrong. They're not wrong. That flair, that touch, that ability to beat a man, the rapid pace as well. Like, I think Isak should be a realistic signing for summer. But it's definitely a dream right now because 150 mil is nuts. But Sakina, who is your realistic signing for Arsenal this month?
My realistic signing would be Bryan Mbeumo. I think there's been some talks with him and Arsenal. I don't know too tough and how certain it is. I think it's maybe just a good rumour. But, I mean, he does it for Brentford. I'm sure he can come over and do it for us, especially on that right-hand side. So that would be my realistic signing.
Bryan Mbeumo would actually be great. I'm actually starting a petition, so I'm actually saying Bryan Mbeumo would be fantastic at Arsenal. The only thing is that I'm not really sure with his age, because he is about 24, 25, would he want to be playing second fiddle to Saka all the time? I know he can also play up front as well, but I think there's a bit of a question of the player's ambition. Does he want to have that? Because obviously when Saka comes back, and he is going to come back very soon, hopefully, by the grace of God, yeah, he's not going to be starting every single game. So I think, yeah, that's the only thing I'd say. But I'm even starting a petition. I want to make Arsenal French again because we only have one senior Frenchman in the squad, William Saliba. We need more, and I feel like, you know, maybe Mbamo, him and Mbamo could, but even to be fair, actually, he represents Cameroon, doesn't he? I think he represents Cameroon. I need to double check that. But anyways, Sakina, who do you think needs to leave Arsenal this month?
For my player who needs to leave, and I've had to think a bit tough on this, there was a couple that I thought of, but there was one that stands out for me, and it's probably Zinchenko.
Ooh.
And I don't really get it with Zinchenko. I didn't really get the signing in the first place. But I don't really get it now, and especially now having Miles Lewis-Skelly coming in. I know he's still young, you don't want to put too much pressure on him, but I'm seeing Zinchenko and I'm like, what's going on here? Of course, he has offered us some good moments, but at the same time, I don't think it really compares. You know, I don't think.
That's true, to be fair.
I don't know. It's tough to say. I hate saying like players I don't like in the squad because obviously Arsenal through and through, I want to support my players, but I would say the one that has to go is probably Zinchenko. So yeah.
Do you know what? I can't really argue that, to be fair. I think he's definitely fallen out of favour with Arteta. He's definitely dropped down the pecking order, especially since Miles Lewis-Skelly's resurgence. But I think for me, I've always asked the question, cool, we're looking for a left-sided number 8, someone who can do the defensive work, but also, you know, contribute going forward, someone who can win the duels, someone who's already comfortable in that position. I'm thinking, why don't we put Zinchenko in that left centre mid? Like, obviously, I get it, he's not the quickest of players, but neither is Marino, and neither was Xhaka. I think with that one, it's all about your intelligence and your technical ability, and Zinchenko has both of that in abundance. So I don't know. I think I agree with that. Zinchenko probably needs to leave because, you know, he's not playing. You might as well see how much we can get for him if it is a good offer. I think the only other player I'd probably say is maybe cancel Neto's loan, because we've already got Jack Porter, which is, you know, he's already got fast track to the first team because of Tommy Setford's injury. But we've got Setford as well. Got him from Ajax. He's 18 and 19. I think he can definitely do the job as a second goalkeeper playing the cup games, but I don't know if that maybe even get another. Arsenal need a lot. Arsenal need a lot. Now, next, representing Arsenal, we have my boy Sam from This Not Easy pod. Bro, please, who is your realistic Arsenal signing for January? You see, now, originally, I wasn't actually going to include this club, but Tottenham have been having a bad time so far this season. 15th in the league right now. And they need support, so why not call on my good friend Harry Cannot? Please, who is your realistic signing for Tottenham this January to turn your hopes around before you guys end up in a very tricky situation and a relegation battle?
It's been a terrible season for us, to be fair, and for me,
not wrong,
I think
buddy.
if we only need to sign 2 to 3 players in the January window, I would strongly just recommend 1 winger, 1 centre mid, and 1 centre back. For centre back, I don't have anyone in mind right now, but we will see what's going on further ado in January. But for me, winger, I think Johan Bakayoko from PSV, that one will be a good
Solid
choice.
option.
His pace, he is a speedy winger, which we really need. You know, we got Timo Werner, who got like negative 2,000 finishing. But other than that, we just need a winger to kind of like fill in the depth for our wings position. You know, we got Kulusevski kind of like in a central attacking midfielder right now. We got you know, Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson is a good winger, but he's not enough. We need more. Son is getting a little bit older. I think
That is
he's probably
true.
not going to play every game because you can see there's an obvious drop of form in his game. So Bakayoko is going to be the one for me for the winger position that we really need to enhance our depth in our squad. And the one that we need in the central midfielder has to be De Jong. De Jong is just the best. You know? If we can actually get him, if we actually put effort in signing him, I don't mind overpaying. I don't mind overpaying it, like to pay him like 40 mil to come. I don't care, because I've heard that Barca are gonna ask for 20 mil. But if we actually pay 40 mil, which is a double of the price, I don't care. That will actually be the best deal of the whole January transfer window of the whole world.
Do you know what? De Jong definitely is someone you need, but De Jong won't come. I mean, I think the only reason I don't think he'll want to go to Tottenham is because I think he wants to be playing that consistent Champions League football. And by all means, like, I think Tottenham will definitely resurrect and, you know, not finish in the bottom half or even the bottom quarter of the table. But I think he wants that guarantee that, yeah, you are going to be playing Champions League football. And of course with Europa, I mean, if you do win Europa, then yeah, you will get it. But seems like a bit of a gamble for January. He's declined a lot of offers previously, especially to join, you know, United in the past to get away from Barcelona. So I don't know. Andrew would definitely have to do some serious convincing and not just go, you know, mate, who doesn't want to play for Tottenham? But Harry, who is your dream signing for Tottenham?
Dream signing for January other than De Jong, I would say at the same time also Dani Olmo or even Rafinha. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just dreaming, you know, if we actually got the money, if we actually want to put effort into signing someone, Rafinha, just to dream, you know. Probably impossible.
I can't be mad. I'm not one to shoot a man's dreams down. A man can dream, everyone can dream. Some a bit wilder than others. Dani Olmo could potentially. I hear there's a whole thing about his registration. I think they've sorted it out, but I'm not too sure. That could potentially be something for, you know, him to be tempted by, even though he completely loves Barcelona. Rafinha, I mean, yeah, these dreams are wild, but they're good dreams. I like it. I like it. Right, Harry, just to end it off, who is the one player, or maybe more than one, that needs to leave Tottenham this January window?
Who needs to leave Spurs this January? Honestly, I mean, right now there's so many players we need to leave. We need to clear out the people that we just will never play.
Agreed.
I mean, I love Reguilon, but I feel like there's no chance that he's gonna play like any solid minutes under Ange and under any future Spurs manager. It's just like there's just something that I feel like the relation between him and the club has broken. That's one. Another one is probably Werner. I mean, without a doubt, to be fair, like if we actually can send him back to Leipzig and Leipzig actually want to take him, let's say that Leipzig don't want to take him back, but I feel like Spurs can do something to, I don't know, just like use whatever they want and just like send him back to Leipzig. That's what I.
He hasn't had a great time at Tottenham, to be fair. I think Timo Werner, yeah, I don't know, to be fair with you. He's a player that I think people expect a bit more from him in terms of just decision making and technique probably, and positioning and composure and just goal score. I don't know. I definitely agree Werner needs to leave, but with all your injuries right now, I think it's best holding on to him, and in the summer just do a massive clear out. I mean, I think, listen, the manager might even need to go as well. That is how bad the situation is. But guys, those are the clubs we were mentioning. I know at the start of the video I was just going to focus on the title contenders, but Tottenham, they've been doing very, very poorly. And I've also reached out to one of my boys, Ennie from the Tap In Merchants podcast as well, and he's given a list of Chelsea signings and dream signings that they need to make. So it's good. Let's include them in the video as well, because why not? Enzo Maresca, they said they won in a title race, and now they've talked themselves into not being in a title race, but a top 4 race instead, as Manchester City are right now ahead of them going into the final game week before the deadline shuts on Monday the 3rd of February. So quickly, very quickly, I'm going to put on some graphics on the screen of who Ennie thinks that, you know, Chelsea can realistically sign, who their dream signing should be, and of course, who needs to leave Chelsea this month. So Ennie has said, for Chelsea this month, they do not really need to buy anyone. So realistically, no signings. What they should do is recall, if not one, both of Andre Santos and Leslie Ugochukwu. I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't really been watching Andre Santos. I think he's on loan at Strasbourg this season, but Ugochukwu for Southampton has been vital. And do Chelsea need that? Of course they do, but I don't know, I was gonna say it'd be a bit harsh to Southampton fans because, you know, he's been one of the quality players playing in the midfield for them this season. So I don't know, it is cutthroat, but they did recall Chalobah and now they're trying to sell him, so it might be something that Chelsea aren't opposed to. For their dream signing, Ennie has said Gyökeres. A big reason why we drop points is because there's an over-reliance on Palmer to score and Jackson isn't a consistent finisher. I mean, he's completely right. He's hit the nail on the head there. I think Gyökeres, he actually is a Chelsea type of signing, to be fair. When you think about it, think about the past type of strikers that Chelsea have signed. Gyökeres definitely fits the bill. He's scoring a glut full of goals. Yeah, he could take Chelsea back to the big time. Him and Palmer, you know, Neto, Sancho on the wings, Madueke. It could be good in West London if that dream comes true. But it's a dream nonetheless. And lastly, who needs to leave Chelsea? Eni has said Chilwell, Disasi, Carney for his own sake. And he says, I think he has the potential to be world class. Jorgensen, the goalkeeper, needs a loan. And Cassidy, even though he rates them. These are so many players that need to leave Chelsea. And I think Chelsea's biggest problem is the fact that they have too many players. I think they have too many players to choose from, and I said this, I think, on TFW last year. I said that with how many players they're signing all around the same age, yes, it's good for competition, but there's going to be a point in time where it's like, why are these guys here? Clear example, Kieran Dewsbury Hall. No one knows why you signed him. He hasn't played, and he was better off staying at Leicester. Enzo Maresca has publicly said, which I'm not really sure how I feel, he's publicly said that Chilwell doesn't have a future here. Disasi, underwhelmed recently. Getting rid of him completely, not too sure, because you guys play with 3 at the back, so I think still keep him. But yeah, that is about it. Again, just want to say a big shout out to all the content creators that participated. So the big thank you to Mert Ahmed, big thank you to KM and Eni from the Tap In Merchants podcast, and a big thank you to Sakina. Big thank you to Harry Cannot, and of course, guys, if you want to follow them on their social media, all the links will be down below in the description. If you guys want to see more videos like this in this style where I talk to different content creators and get their opinions, then please let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to join MB United, and until next time, keep it real, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.